This is a useful quiz creation tool which is free. Quizizz, www.quizizz.com. It's QUI single Z then I double Z. When you first go to the site, you will get an option to get started. Okay, I've actually already logged in. You don't have to log in, but if you don't, you can't save the quizzes that you created, but you can use the quizzes that are already there. So the best thing to do is to create yourself a login. So then you get this screen, select a quiz from below or create your own. If I go to the options below, you can see there are 15 pages. If I hover on each quiz, on the left I've got the name of the quiz, energy, a review. On the right hand side I've got examples of some of the questions. Similarly, if I go down to waves, I've got access to the questions. These are all quizzes that have been saved and made public for others to use. You can create your own quiz, which is very simple. Create your own quiz. You need to give it a name. This one is going to be rubbish because I won't save it. And you need to add a subject tag, and there are a lot of them. At the very end you do have an option to put in fun or other. So we'll select fun. Okay, then I need to add the questions. So you can see I've got some options here for questions I want to ask. You can upload an image here, so you don't have to, but you might have an image that relates to the question, might be something that you want your students to identify, or it might just be an image to add something visual, a bit of fun. You put in your questions in the boxes here and you select the correct or incorrect options. I'm just going to take that off again. I'm just going to add another question. Okay. Okay. When I click in the option box, you can see I've got the superscript and subscript options, and I've got the options to change the colours of the text. Okay, in the box here, so I better put a question in just to give you an idea. What do we store rubbish in? You can see I get a preview to it here. The correct answer is in bins. Option 2, in our houses. Okay, so you can see that the text will appear at the side here. I'm actually going to just delete that quiz and show you one that I've already created. So I can go into my quizzes and search those I've created. I created a very simple sample quiz with 3 questions in it. If I open that quiz, I have the option to copy it, to edit it, or to delete it, and to share it via the link, Twitter feeds, the usual suspects. I've saved it as fun and other, and if I click on the play option, you'll see I've got some settings, so I can jumble the order of the questions for the students. I can show the leaderboard, show the answers at the end of the quiz. I've set time into my questions. So once I've set all those options to either on or off, I click to the proceed option, and you can see here that we've got an option to start the game, and here we've got ask your students to open. So the students need to go to join.quizizz.com and then enter this code, which is 87192. Once the students enter that code, they will then be taken into the the live quiz. So there's just a simple walkthrough of what a quiz would look like. Okay, useful video there, useful for students as well, just to see how to start the game. You can cancel the game at any time. You select when to start the game, so once all your students have entered the code, you will see your troops increase on the left hand side here. They can use nicknames, they can use their own names, but these will be displayed on the side here. You can monitor the results after the game. You can choose not to show the results to the students if you want to. What is also nice about this site is there's a nice little chat with us pane at the bottom, so if you do want any help or support, you can get the live chat there. If you want to cancel a game, just click on cancel and that will take us out of the Quizizz game. Just remember to make sure your students enter the game code, which will change each time you start the game. So if I cancel a game, okay, I want to close it, and that takes me back to my public Quizizz site. You can select to make your own quizzes public and share them with other people, or you can keep them private just to share with your own students. And there we go, a very whistle-stop tour of Quizizz. Very useful tool.